Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Screen Rot Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been written on our screens and indeed our minds. Now, usually at this point on what would be a Patreon special, I would say big fuck off to everyone who subscribes on Apple. Couldn't care less about the people who subscribe on Spotify, and a big fuck you to everyone who subscribes on YouTube because they're doing nothing for us. I'd be sending all my love and devotion to those who subscribe on Patreons. The Freemasons on $3.99 a month. They get an extra episode every single week. The Illuminati on $5.99 a month getting an extra episode every week and a free hat. But this week, the Patreon special that this would have been an exclusive episode just for people who pay their way. In the spirit of Christmas, we're giving it away to all of you. Despite the fact you had an episode yesterday, you're getting another one today. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Jake Farrell.
Boy, what day is it down there? It's bonus Screen Rot Day, Mr. Scrooge. That's where we're at.
Yes.
It's nice to extend the spirit of Christmas to patrons and non-patrons alike, to give a little peek behind the curtain into what it's like to be part of the exclusive club.
This is what, yeah, exactly that, exactly. And because the thing is, like, and I always make an effort with that. Like, there was times where you were like, big up the patron, shout out, and I was like, oh, we love all of you as well. By the way, I mean, look, the truth of the matter is, I feel like we've entered into a abusive relationship, certainly a toxic relationship with the people that listen to this podcast.
Well, firstly with each other, and then with them.
Yeah, well, that's been 10 years, and now we've gone poly.
Double bubble,
gone poly. We've introduced 10,000 people in, and they're making us feel awful, man.
Yeah, man.
Every day they make us feel worse. Basically, I'd say, and patrons will have heard bits of this already. Another thing, if you're enjoying yourself, sign up. But a couple of weeks ago, I went out. I had 2 beers, 2 Jaeger bombs, and prior to that, I'd had an energy drink already. I came home, looked on my phone before going to bed. Don't do that. 2 people had unsubscribed from the Patreon.
Yeah.
All it took was 2. Out of the, I don't want to show off. Out of the many, many hundreds we have, 2 people had cancelled, and it sent me into a spin. I was panicking. I was trying to. I genuinely, I did stay awake that night, panicking that everyone was going to leave. I'm sorry to the patrons who've heard this story already, but I was thinking if I sent them all a Christmas card, would they all stay? I was trying to. I managed to download. I got my laptop out. Managed to download a file of everyone's address off of the Patreon.
Disposed of safely in compliance with GDPR. After that.
Yeah. I have not sold that to Big Pharma.
All of these people are bald, and here are their addresses. Send them as many adverts about, but we would never do that.
Father Christmas drops a dense discount under everyone's tree this year. No, I downloaded like an Excel spreadsheet of everyone's addresses. Then I went on both moonpig.com and funkypigeon.com.
Yes.
I was like, I know that I could send one card at a time, but how could I give you a spreadsheet of a few hundred so you could send them all a card? I want them all to have a card. Then I was like, right, I can't manage to do that. It's like 3 a.m. So I was like, what I'll do instead, if I can get all their bank details, maybe if I just sent them all £2, they could buy themselves a card from us. And then...
Do you know what that's like? That's like the kid that gets bullied at school that just like buys people crisps at lunch and stuff to stop them having a go at him.
Oh, mate, I was messaging you all day the next day. I was trying to re-record things. I was trying to muck around with the episode release. And then
we could use the intro from that episode, but we could put it in front of a different episode. They would never see that coming.
Genuinely what I was doing. Then I offered you money. Then I felt so bad that I'd been winding you up. Because at one point in the day, you said to me, you were so stressed out with all the bollocks I said to you. You were like, if you just tell me the problem, I could try and think of a solution, but I don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, I'm so sorry, mate. It's your day with your wife. If I take an extra 50 off the Patreon money this month, you take her out for dinner. Apologise for me.
I started using solutions from my professional life in the podcast. I started being like, okay, well, if we can drill down into what the problem is here, then I can try and come up with some kind of classified solution.
Can we circle back round on this on Monday, perhaps?
Just leave me alone. I mean, all of this is to say,
final conclusion was I wanted to do one more thing for everyone who listens to the podcast
as a Christmas treat
before Christmas, and so here we are
to help us get to a level of Patreons where 2 people cancelling is not so noticeable that you fucking go
honestly
mental.
Do you know what, it's funny because I've been going around the country recently. I've done Have a Word recently. I've done Dead Men Talking, been with Mike and Vittoria a couple of times, I don't know if you ever get to a level where it doesn't hurt you. Like having spoken to all those lads, and a lot of them are on. I mean, have a word on nearly 30,000. I don't know. If
I think they're all right. They're
right. But it like Mike and Vittorio and like the Dead Men lads, like they all say they're like, God, it hurts, doesn't it? I was like, yeah, it really hurts.
Well, it's just like with stand-up, anyone that does any kind of public speaking or stand-up, you can go on and kind of have a great gig with 200 people in the room. The one bloke in the second row with his arms crossed, not smiling, is the one you remember. And everyone goes, well, the other 199, that's not important.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one.
Yeah, it's the one. But then also, I can see it from their perspective, because like Christmas is an expensive time.
Oh, yeah.
There's an awful lot Also, I was at Pizza Express the other day, and I refused to pay service charge.
You refused to pay service charge?
I told them to take it off.
Now,
I'll do that. So if I'm doing that, I can understand people saying no more $3.99 a month for you.
But I know that obviously a huge part of your life is your devotion to the Great British High Street. So how does that not tipping at Pizza Express fit in with your devotion to the Great British High Street?
I did say when I did it, and it was me that did it. I did say when I did it, I was like, I did it with the manager, and I said, I'm going to be really honest with you, you've understaffed. I said it was fucked. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake, he's here again. He's got his fucking orange CP coat on and his pink Jimmy Savile glasses, and he's going to pretend we're understaffed in order to save £3.50 off the bill.
It was not right. First of all, there was an offer which they had worded very carefully so that it wouldn't apply to me. Right? I thought we were going to go in and get
free pizza for
I thought
men
we were going to go in and
hair.
get. I thought we were going to get 2 pizzas, 2 dough balls for 20 quid. It ended up being like 40 quid. Right? Now. Okay.
We're never going to beat the old women charges. We're never going to beat the charges that we're just 2 old women moaning. So I went in, right? I want 2 pizzas and 2 doubles for 20 quid. No. Where did you see this offer? Where did this offer get?
On the website, but then the website had small print and I couldn't read and blah blah. Anyway, I got done. Hit line and sinker. Fair enough, right? Okay, fine. So then
you're the first person that's paid full price in Pizza Express since about 1994. No one goes in there without a voucher.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't because I got the service charge back. But
you called him over. You called the manager over.
No, there was a little lady, and I said to her, I was like, no, take it off. And I was like, I believe you're understaffed today. And I gave her a list of things. I was like, order this drink, never came. I like, my missus is the worst person to serve in history.
Why is that?
Because she's so particular and she is indecisive and I've never seen her order anything without changing her mind mid-order, like genuinely every single time.
Interesting.
So they like the server, and by the way, this is the one thing I was like completely fair enough. The server, as my missus was trying to order, she was like, "Can I please just put this order through and come back when you've made your mind up?" And I was like, "Fair, absolutely fair." But then didn't bring it, and then didn't bring drinks, and then the big one is I've got 2 kids with me.
Yes.
They just want some
Your
fucking
kids.
crayons. They just want some fucking crayons to do some drawing, and they didn't bring the crayons. They didn't bring the crayons. I had to ask 3 times. Had to ask someone else to bring the crayons. They brought the crayons, and they brought us 2 crayons, and they both run out.
What do you mean run out?
Like they were nubs. They were nubs. Honestly, I was this close because it was on South Bank. I was like, I might just nip round the corner to Ryman's. Like, this is a joke. So no, I didn't.
You have brought us nubs.
I brought us nubs. It was no, and that was the day. That was the day I was freaking out. It was the day. That was the day of my freak out. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Oh, that was a funny old day for my mental health.
It's a bit of a chicken and egg scenario here. Did Pizza Express cause the freak out, or were you freaking out in a Pizza Express?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, like the night before, 2 beers, 2 Jaeger bombs, and an energy drink on the way in. And the thing is, because I was coming from Birmingham, it's very rare that I can do this, but like, I was coming from Birmingham, and my mates were like, "We're out, come meet us in the pub." And I was like, "Yeah, just drop the car, go meet the lads." Brilliant. Did that. I didn't realise that my mates were on coke. Right?
Cocaine, drugs.
That one, yeah.
Allegedly.
And I mean, to be fair, after the energy drink I'd had, I think they were probably like, "This guy won't stop fucking talking." I was in a worse state after my energy drink.
Keeps going on about nubs.
Jesus, this guy, is he paranoid? What's up with him? Keeps going to the... No, they'd all had a bit of a night. They were and it's been a long time since I'd been the sober one and in that situation. And I tell you what, they were singing from the hymn sheet. They were singing the hits. It was
the kind of like 2 strong opinions about very complex topics.
Brother, nail on the head. I mean, yeah, one of the lads, bless him, his girlfriend had talked him into going to an LGBTQ Jewish club night called Bum Mitzvah. and my mate was worried that he was like...
One of those jokes where I wouldn't like that if we made it. If they're making it,
it's their night. It's their night. Yeah. No,
they're reclaiming the word.
He hasn't called it that. No. Like, it's billed as bar mitzvah.
It's like us calling this podcast the Bald Men podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
We can take the piss out of ourselves.
But anyone tries it on the fucking YouTube comments,
you're getting a fucking moonpig.
You're breaking me, and I'll send you the invoice from BetterHelp. He's going to bar mitzvah. His girlfriend's made him go. You know, I think his girlfriend's bisexual. I don't think he knows really, but he's going to go to bar mitzvah. Yeah. I think he listens to this.
None of our business.
One of the other lads is like, he's like, I'm a bit worried about going to bar mitzvah. I'm worried that that Free Palestine protesters are going to attend the bar mitzvah. And obviously, he, as all of us are Free Palestiners. Stop the war in Gaza. Stop hurting children. That's very much his viewpoint on the war in Gaza. But his girlfriend wants to attend the bar mitzvah, and his girlfriend is also of the mind of stop the war. And I mean, I'm struggling to have this conversation with you at 12 p.m. after a coffee. Imagine the worst men in the world trying to have this conversation on and
was it getting really powerfully earnest?
Oh my God! One of my mates sat there being like, do they have to do the bar mitzvah now? Like, would it not make sense to wait until maybe if there's a ceasefire, maybe we start bar mitzvah after the ceasefire? It's just fucking mental.
Yeah,
and then we get onto assisted dying. Start talking about the assisted dying bill.
Yeah, it's going to be a big Christmas for that. It's going to be a big Christmas for the assisted dying. A lot of dads chatting about assisted dying over. Yeah, well, I mean we do anyway.
But this is the thing. Me and my mates, like I'd say, we're at a point now where a good deal of us are dads. So we're exactly what you're picturing.
You're like 14 years away from bringing this up in a belligerent way with your daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah,
we're talking about this assisted dying.
So that kind of happened. What was quite funny is I was there, and yeah, we were a bit of an age range, me and my group of lads. I'm kind of in the middle at 33 now. It was my birthday last week, but we go up to sort of 35, 36. We've also got some 25-year-olds who are in this group of us sat at this pub table, and then this lad came across the pub. And he said he knew one of the boys at the table, and he goes, "Oh, you're the Screen Rock guy." He's a listener.
Oh, wow!
So this guy will testify to this. This guy wasn't on coke, wasn't even on energy drinks. Was pretty sober from what I could see.
Yeah.
And was like, "Oh, hey mate, and oh yeah. Oh, do you guys work in that barber shop?" "Yes." "Oh, how's it going?" "Yeah, cool." Came and sat with us. As we were really getting into assisted dying.
Mid-assisted dying.
Mid-assisted dying. And he was there whilst one of the other lads got me by the scruff and quoted his grandmother's last words to me to convince me about this. The best bit was, I wasn't disagreeing with him about the assisted dying bill, but because he was on gear, it's that I wasn't agreeing with him hard enough.
Yeah. Well, we know the people who cancelled are. They're that bloke and his mate. Those guys are fucking mental. They're talking about assisted dying over there. Oh my God. Well,
my grandmother told me after 80 years that she just wished she could go sooner. And what is it you said you do for a living, mate? Man, fuck.
You're like, what, rat, do you? You want to watch that?
Oh mate, yeah. So that was my weekend. That was my.
Well, it's gonna be a long Christmas for people. Double dose of content from the Screen Rock boys.
Loads of stuff coming.
Don't say we don't love you. Don't say we don't do anything for you.
The other thing you got coming, which again is usually a Patreon only thing, is we're going to release the Christmas special
live show. Christmas special.
The live
Bill
show
Murray.
It's going out
8th of December.
It's going out on Boxing Day. So look, by that point you're hungover, you're farting, you're fed up with it. You know,
day ending in a Y. Am I right?
You're getting a bit bored on the top. You wish things were a bit easier.
You're writing an email to Pizza Express about a couple of nabs. What do you want when you're in that state?
Basically,
you want an hour and a half live show from the Screen Rock boys. Yeah. Live from the Bill Murray.
That's it. Get yourself on YouTube. Stick it up on the big screen. I love when people send us pictures of that. Get it up on the big screen.
Tag us on there.
Watch it. There's one guy who sends us pictures sometimes. He's got a nice setup in his garden where he's got a hot tub with a TV above it, and he watches us in the hot tub. I think it's Sam. Sam, make sure you get that on,
Amazing.
Mate. Everyone else, thank you for sticking with us this year. We really appreciate it. And our gift to you this Christmas is we're going to revisit maybe the hottest man in UK content in 2024.
Oh, without
listen, this guy is going to have his eye on the Rotties, and
oh yeah, he's in for the big one. He wants the big one.
He wants to fucking eat the big one. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we are revisiting Eating with Todd.
You can't take a date, take a mate.
Oi. Yes, that's it. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are revisiting one of my favourite content creators. Is Eating with Todd. I love a rock revisit. Can I just say that before we get into it? How many people have we revisited now? So we revisited David Clark.
We revisited Ahmed Yacoub when he was running for mayor of Birmingham.
A different time, brother. That was, do you know what? With this podcast, there's a real pre-studio and post-studio.
Yeah.
That's very pre-studio screen rot. That's pre-studio screen rot. Well,
yeah, those episodes are going to mysteriously go missing in an archive fire.
Talk about overly earnest chats about Israel Palestine.
Yeah.
Us trying to do a revisit on Ahmed Yacoub.
Did you talk about Ahmed Yacoub for about 3 hours? No, that wasn't me.
Now we're not trying to criticise his viewpoints on that necessarily issues. It's just his other viewpoints on other issues, and we obviously respect Mr. Yacoub and please. So we've done Davis Clark, we've done Ahmed Yacoub, we've revisited
Bevo
we've revisited once. Is there any other revisits we've done?
Those are the three,
I think they're the three.
Very worried about Bevo, famously.
I mean, if anyone's going to get a third go.
Oh my God, yeah.
Jeez,
this could be just a Bevo only podcast.
I memean, what
Screen Rot spin-off.
What I will say,
the Bevo Chronicles,
and this is again what I like with what we're doing today is that people are getting a peek at what the patrons get. Right, one thing the patrons get is the group chat. The group chat is. I mean, it's funny. Someone in the group chat the other day was like, "Is this still?" Because the group chat was initially made for people to suggest stuff. I mean, there's about 30 messages a day in there, and it's not necessarily suggesting stuff to be on the podcast.
It's so funny.
It's just stuff, and
it's way funnier than the stuff we say on the podcast.
Oh my God, yeah, they're a lot better than us. But there was one guy who was just like, right, so I've got a picture of Bevo's cock.
That Bevo had put into the world.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Let me make that very clear. No one's doing revenge porn on Bevo in our group chats. Not yet. Bevo is doing OnlyFans content now, and can I just say there was one where do you mind if I just quickly look this up?
Yeah, go on.
Something from the Patreon. I think it was yesterday. I'm just going to try and find. Basically, Bevo is he's putting pictures on the internet, and I mean, it's
all escalating very quickly for Bevo.
And this is the thing. When we revisited him, it was his girlfriend doing the OnlyFans content, right? It was just Bevo's girlfriend, and then I think that there'd kind of been jokes and suggestions that maybe he would get involved. He is getting involved now, and I'm just going to try and find where we were discussing it, because there was someone putting a screenshot of basically Bevo had uploaded a screenshot of someone commenting on his OnlyFans. Right. Someone had commented on his OnlyFans, right? So it's a story that Bevo had shared on Instagram with the caption, "Big up the reviews." Now, this is a man had sent this to Bevo. Genuinely impressed with what I've seen so far, bruv. A lot of people thought you'd be a scam, but you've got good content and, bracket, no homo, a surprisingly decent cock. Right? Now, the funniest bit is you can actually see Bevo's response to that. Bevo's replied, "I'm actually dead happy with that, mate."
Now, because like Bevo and Todd are of a similar piece in terms of how quickly it's escalating for both of them, and how quickly both of their levels of content. Like Bevo commenting a year ago, if you said to Bevo, "You're going to be responding to a comment of someone being like, 'You've got a nice cock.'"
A straight man who felt the need to go no homo, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't heard that for about 15 years.
No.
That's a worrying return for that. Didn't really. I don't want us to be responsible.
No homo,
for
by the way. You've got a great cock. I don't know if that sentence works. Anyway, sorry.
I remember having a conversation once about, like, in rugby teams, at uni rugby teams, the York Uni rugby team were famous for doing all sorts of hazings. I think it's pretty common in rugby. Yeah, it's like when people come onto the team, the new players have to go through initiation ceremonies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to my mate, and we knew a bloke that was in the team. And they'd had to get naked around this house party, and they'd all had to rub their cocks together and stuff. And it was all and I was like, why are they always so homoerotic? And my mate was like, it's not homoerotic, it's homosexual. It's not like a veiled allusion to male sexuality. It's just gay stuff.
I was wanking off my mate, and he was just coming everywhere, and I was like, is this a bit gay? It's so funny, right? He was just coming on about, and
No
I was
homo.
loving it, and I was
No
getting a real
homo.
harder. I felt so good, and I was like, "Hang on, is this a?" Ooh,
I didn't
steady
enjoy
on
you.
sailor, as I
Stop
made him
miming
come.
it on me. He's miming it for those watching
Do
at
you know
home.
what? I had a bit of that. Sorry, we'll get into the topic in a moment. I had a bit of that. So,
Bit of what?
Were you uni football team?
No, I didn't play for the uni football team.
Did you not?
No, I played for my college
I
football
thought
team.
you were decent. You're not any good.
It's not for me to say. Not good enough to play for the uni, for sure.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, mate.
I mean, I never tried. No.
I always had it down that you were like a, top baller.
Top baller, rising baller.
Yeah, and I've heard from Hen. I've heard from people that you're good.
Yeah, I am good relative to my other nerdy indie mates.
You went on a uni team.
No.
Okay.
Derwent ones. Big up all the Derwent ones.
So I was. Wow. I didn't realise I was.
Were you on the uni team?
I was. Yeah. I didn't realise I was better at football than you.
Are you? Middlesex.
I was on the uni team. Yeah.
Middlesex top boys.
I was in the Middlesex team. Yeah.
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 Where'd you
I
play?
was. I'm a midfielder.
Yeah.
Centre mid.
What kind of get it and give it kind of stuff?
My game has changed over the years. My game has changed.
What did it used to be like?
I used to be a left winger, up
Okay.
and down, cut in.
Are you left-footed?
No, basically I was shit, and I tried to. This is genuinely true. I tried to trick people into thinking I was left-footed when I was a kid.
Nice.
Because there was an opening at left back.
Like that.
It did make me quite two-footed at the time.
Mm.
So I was kind of a fullback for my local team. Then and the annoying thing is, my mates from home will listen to this and they're just like, "You were shit. Fuck off. You were shit." I was all right.
They're gonna say that anyway.
By the time I got to uni, I stepped into central midfield because
Yeah.
I'd lost my legs, and I was like, and I wasn't like an up and down central midfielder.
Right.
I was sitting.
Sitting.
You know, like Steven Gerrard when he was 35.
Yes.
He was dropping in between centre backs and doing Hollywood balls over the top.
Yeah.
I was doing that at 20.
Successfully?
Yeah, I was all right. But I did like a thing, like an initiation thing.
Did you?
It was, mate, it was fucking hell on earth.
Yeah.
So our campus was in the middle of the woods, right? Yeah. Near like Cockfosters.
Yeah.
So we're out in the woods in bikinis, all like makeup on.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds like what I've heard.
Sellotaped to each other,
Mm-hmm.
like stuck to each other's arms.
No.
And then basically they poured really hot chili sauce all over our cocks and balls. And me and this little fella called Mark, who I was quite pally with at the time, thankfully. Yeah, we were all just sellotaped to each other in thongs, G-strings and bikinis.
Right.
Just running around the woods screaming. I mean, it's funny. You got a bit of material where you talk about your cock and balls being on fire.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Mine have actually been on
Come
fire.
watch some Screen Rot stand up.
Mine have been on fire.
You
and
know what it feels
it's
like.
so funny. Me and this geezer were fucking like we were just running around the trees, being like, "Fuck! What do we do? Fuck! Just fucking hell, fuck!"
It's like a fucking horror film.
Horrendous. And then Mark, I remember he was like, "I got an idea," and he like ran us to halls. We get in this shower, and it was like sort of like you'd share showers in our halls. Yeah. And he was like, "One of the girls has got original sauce coconut," and we're just there like just rubbing it away. I remember we just got from a bottle, just like, and then we just like went out in Camden.
That's good knowledge, actually. Like, in that state of turmoil, Mark was like,
Original
pH.
Yeah, pH balance,
Alkalised.
pH balance, yeah, alkalised.
Poor old
me.
Stacey coming into the shower the next morning. Has anyone
I
seen
know,
my original sauce coconut?
I know. I think she was like a Chinese international student. The girl.
Even worse. You probably thought it was some kind of hate crime.
How'd you explain that to her? How'd you explain
You
that?
coming around bikini on the next morning. Hello, good morning, my darling. I am here to apologise to you for what me and my friend did last night.
How have we got into this? Bevo.
Initiation, homosexuality, initiations, Bevo, Todd.
Let's get to Todd. So we should go into a clip early.
Big year for Todd.
Because we've done 25 minutes and we haven't done anything yet.
And this shows what a big year for Todd it's been, I think.
This shows where Todd is. So I'm trying to remember the clips we did of Todd last time. We spoke about Todd visiting a small Italian restaurant. Mm-hmm. We spoke about Todd going to a bakery and getting, I think it was called a conut, which is like a chocolate donut.
No, that was something you did with the football team.
Get some of the coconut on my donut. Get it on my ring.
No, he did. He had a coffee inside a donut. Yeah,
that's right. And I can't
it was all very small
cheesy
time.
chips.
It was all very
from a
small
van
time.
in Camden
Market.
It,
yeah, Camden Market. Huge thing of chips that no one would actually eat.
There we go.
Disgusting burgers, like novelty items of confectionery.
That's it.
Being filmed in a neighbourhood restaurant with his long-suffering partner.
Well,
eating pasta.
We'll get to her. But let's. That's where Todd was less than a year ago. This is where Todd is now.
This is everything A on a business class flight which had a cocktail lounge and sports bar. The leg room was great and the seats had a massage function. As soon as you sit down, you're offered a glass of champagne and then you're given a menu where you place your order before you take off. And once you're up in the air, then you can go to the sports bar and cocktail lounge, which was super cool. It had a live TV. I ordered a gin and tonic. The guy was like, which one do you want? So you can choose from soft drinks to champagne to cocktails. Then it was time for dinner where they lay your dinner table for you. They even put out a dinner cloth. I ordered the Arabic meze to start. It came with bread, which was meant to be warm, but it was cold. So I put a little bit of butter on it to make it better. I'm joking. And the Arabic meze was quite disappointing. The pastry was lukewarm. It was tough.
Oh, he's going in on the pastries.
It didn't really have much filling.
This guy's not a shill.
But I did enjoy the vine leaf. I love that kick of a
So what I'll do is I'll say the
lemon.
pastries are shit, but then I'll say everything else is
pretty
good.
basic, but it literally just fell apart. The gravy was thick and the carrots were all cooked perfectly.
On my
However, I
business
was
class
annoyed
flight to
because
Singapore
my
that I was
girlfriend's looked
gifted to
so
review.
good. She had this chicken cooked with gravy and truffled gnocchi, and it was delicious. Like I would order this in a restaurant. And the chocolate fondue for dessert was fantastic. Look at it, it even melted in the middle. And I love the custard. It was sweet. You could even see the little vanilla
In the
pods.
middle.
I cannot wait to share the Singapore content with you guys. If you can't take a date to me, enjoy.
There's two bits I want to point out.
Oh God, where can we start?
First of all,
This could be a fucking 7-hour-long episode.
well, this is the problem, and this happens a lot when we do people like Todd. Is people are like, you missed this, you missed that. We haven't got it long enough. These people put out 2-minute reels every single fucking day.
exactly.
There isn't like, two things I want to point out there. First of all, he's impressed by the fact that he said to the guy, "Can I have a gin and tonic?" And he came over and went, "Which one do you want?" It's like, you get it on Ryanair, mate. You can choose between Gordon's and Bombay Sapphire. And there's one you mentioned long-suffering girlfriend, and when you said that, I was so glad you did, because there's a bit where he's like, "My girlfriend had a lovely dish. She had chicken and gravy and a nice truffle gnocchi. It looked delicious. I wish I could have some of it with her." And he points the camera at her, and what you notice when he points the camera at her, bear in mind they're eating dinner. She's got big headphones on. She's got noise-cancelling headphones on, so he can't fucking talk to her. She's gone, "Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll come on the all-expenses trip to Singapore, but I don't want to hear you fucking..."
Shut the fuck up.
Right, now, we're going to get on to Todd. Now, there's a couple of things we should say at the top. Todd is, I think in terms of like our wheelhouse, the kind of people we talk about, he is like the guy. He's up there with Schooner Scorer. He's like, do you know what I mean?
He's the goat.
Like UK TikTok. Right, you know what I mean? Like UK kind of TikTok, like rock.
It's Todd's world. We're just living in it.
100%. And what's interesting, we've had a lot of people who say to each other, like, when I recommend your podcast to other people, I say start with Todd, because everyone knows Todd, right? We should also address, Todd knows that we've done a podcast on him.
He does.
And he didn't like it.
No.
Now, so I'm not going to say any of this with that in mind. I don't want to be mean, Todd. I don't care what you think, right? I've got new eyes on Todd, and I've got new feelings about Todd.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I will say, one thing we often say with this podcast is we like authenticity.
Yes.
We like feeling like what you see on camera is kind of real and it's a good character.
Right.
He's a good character. He is. I suspect that even when because obviously he records the voiceover after doing the videos.
Yeah.
I think he's talking like that, even when it's not rolling.
Just keep. He's like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. His method. Todd's method. Todd doesn't break. He doesn't. There's one that I didn't include, right, where he went to Clarkson's farm, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's another thing. He was pissed at Clarkson's farm. He was drunk. Right, and he's a very good TikToker in the sense that like the clips are often like 3 or 4 seconds. Right, there's one clip where he's pissed. He's clearly pissed. Like we mentioned first time round, his girlfriend is a fucking piece.
You mentioned that.
She's beautiful. She's
Yes.
beautiful, and she does not have to put up with this. And fair play, she does put up with it with her noise cancelling headphones on.
Yeah.
There's a bit, and this was the beginning of me warming to Todd. There's a bit in the Clarkson's farm one where he's got a real physical grammar. You know what I mean? There are real things in it.
I started the episode by rubbing my hands together.
Can we see it, please?
With glee, yeah.
Yeah. That's it, right? Now, the lamb comes out, hold it by the bone, the lamb falls off the bone.
Yeah, big wide eyes,
and
for a mouth.
Do you know my favourite one? My favourite bit of Todd's physical grammar is the short rib was so good it fell off the bone. Just taste that umami flavour. And then this.
Slapping something, yeah.
I love that. I love that. Slapping the wall. He says to his girlfriend, would you mind filming me slap the wall? And it's I don't want to sound crude. It's like he's coming, but he does a cum face whilst he's like, oh. Yeah. Oh. He's like tapping out.
He is like a... basically, all of modern culture is someone behaving like the rabbit from Bambi about something. Like, it's a common thing on YouTube now, or on Twitter, to be like, here's a picture of Dua Lipa looking very beautiful, and there'll be a picture of like a dog or a rabbit. And Todd has done that, but for food. And like you say, he's such a recognisable character. His glee, I think glee is the word. Glee I associate with kind of like a pantomime villain as well. There's something quite like Widow Twanky about him.
He's a gleeful man.
He's a gleeful man.
And what I was trying to get to is there's a bit in where he goes to Clarkson's farm, and between slapping the wall about a pint of lager and you know, like he might as well roll around in the mud next to the tractor. He's like a little piglet, man. Oh, so yummy. He gets drunk, and there's one shot where he's filming his girlfriend, and you don't hear this in the voiceover. You can hear him actually saying it out loud. He's filming his girlfriend, and he's like, "Look at her, looking so lovely." And like, I've really got to be honest with you, it really endeared him to me. Like I was like,
he spends his time winding up his partner as well.
Well, yeah, but well, I think he's winding up. I do think he means it. I think like. I mean, this is a real sad insight into my life, but I remember when he filmed it. I remember when it came out, and I remember it was a nice week in the summer when the weather was nice. He'd clearly travelled up to wherever this fucking farm is in Oxfordshire. You know, he'd had a few drinks with his missus, and I don't mind, like, I get like that. Yeah. Like genuinely, if I see my girlfriend or my kids on a nice summer's day, sun shining behind them, and we're having a good time, and I've had a beer, I'm like a little old nan. I want to go, oh, aren't you all so lovely? Let me get a picture of that. And Todd does it. Like, it's like, this is the thing with him. It's legit. He fucking loves it.
He loves it.
He's not making it up. Like, I think the first time we saw him, I was like, fucking, this is just bollocks. You're not getting on the tube with a conut.
Yeah.
You're not getting on the tube with a chocolate donut full of coffee. That's mental. He is. I think he is. And I will say now, he's had a hell of a glow up, right? Now, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
You might say what someone might say about him.
Well, I will say someone we know knows Todd. Someone we know gave us a rough quote of the kind of figures Todd would receive from someone like an Uber Eats for doing videos.
Yeah, no wonder he's fucking gleeful.
Todd is coining.
Todd's caked up.
Todd, like, Jesus Christ. Now,
Todd is stacks upon stacks upon stacks.
We're going to get to the next video in a moment. Let's go into the next video now. But I guess my kind of angle with this episode, and by the way, you know, we probably went lighter on Tom Skinner than you'd wish.
Than people would like.
There will also be people going, oh, they love their fucking fascists, don't they? Because he doesn't mind late night liking of a Nigel Farage post every now and then.
No one's looking. But like, I think what the first clip did was give you a sense of where Todd's at now. Where
he's a high flyer.
Yeah, relatable.
He's in the air.
He's literally a high flyer. Yeah, the relatable content of yesteryear is gone. This is Todd 2.0. This is Todd Diamond Edition, and Todd's now doesn't give a fuck either. He's just like, yeah, I'm on a fucking business class flight to Singapore.
That's what I like.
Right,
he doesn't give a fuck.
And this is a second one about this, on a similar vein, and it's Todd in Richmond, where I suspect he lives. I have no knowledge of that whatsoever, but it's the kind of place that he probably does. This is Todd at a pub in Richmond.
We visited the most unique pub in London. This is the pub
So if you're not
that
watching,
floods, and it's
the
quite
pub garden
experience.
floods.
The white Cross in Richmond is a normal functioning pub until the tide comes in and floods the beer garden outside the front of the pub. At this point, people start to panic. And people do all sorts of things to get to dry land, whether that's playing floor as lava or just running straight through the water. However, I'm not quite sure on this lady's approach. I've never seen a heel stand before. All the waiters get changed into wellies and deliver people pints of beer. At this point, a bunch of paddleboarders passed by, and the challenge was on to deliver them a beer.
So
and it's
Todd's
safe
got a
to
full
say
tray
that
of
was
beer?
an epic failure.
Spills the lot.
It's an epic failure. You saved the half, Todd.
I literally put this guy to sleep while he was waiting for his beer. But it's not just about the drinks. These guys are serving food too.
Great.
On Sundays, you can get a roast dinner delivered in high tide. And if you drop your potato, I'm not sure you're going to want to play the 3-second rule. The roast was good. The Yorkshire puddings were fantastic.
fucking
But the
eating
fish
Yorkshire
and
pudding
chips
with
were
his
a
hand.
clear favourite. Listen to the crunch.
Eating
Can't take date to mate.
fucking
Enjoy.
slab of fish with his hand. Now, in terms of glow up, look, like when we did the initial Todd one, yeah, and again it was humble Italian restaurants. Look at these cheesy chips. They've got Al Qaeda sauce on them, right? If we'd have been like, fucking hell, like, what's going to happen? Imagine if he got 1 million followers. Imagine if he went huge. What's he going to be doing? Pubs underwater? He's doing pubs underwater.
Yeah.
He is. Like he has jumped the shark, and he's doing it in a £1,200 Stone Island jacket.
Is that Stony, is it?
That's a Stony, and let me tell you now, my Stoney's in the bin, brother.
He's not on the adverts with Noel Gallagher, is he? I just think I'm particularly vitriolic about this stuff. Like the idea, the decadence of being like, do you know what? I can't just have a normal lunch. I can't just have a normal roast out on a Sunday. I've got to go to a pub garden that floods. Like, this is fucking shit. This is fucking like an asteroid needs to come and fucking hit Richmond and burn it all to the ground. These people are pathetic. That's a fucking shit thing to do. You've got a bit of stand-up at the moment about just like smashing words together and calling it an activity. And I don't want to steal your gag. But this is one of those. Underwater Sunday roast. It's fucking mental. It's insane. And he's there gurning in a fucking $2,000 Stone Island.
Gurning.
It's insane. And like I think the idea of being like, here's a cheap Pete you can find in Camden. If you can't take a mate. That's like fine, whatever. And now it's like I'm like the court jester delivering these 6 beers to a bloke on a paddleboard in Richmond. Fuck off.
But this is the thing. You know how like rattled you're getting?
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care.
And that's why he's not pretending to be I'm Todd, your handy guide around London.
No.
He's not doing that.
He's a fucking Tudor monarch.
Yes.
He's just like, come with me as I burn the world to the ground,
Come
one
and
meal
see
by
the
one.
jolly king enjoying his fruits of his labour.
I'm
on
going
a
to an estate
Sunday.
in Kensington, and I'm going to show them how big and balled up I am from all my conuts that I've been eating. They can't even turn the heating on.
This week, Deliveroo paid me £400,000, so today I'm spending £2,000 on sushi. It was yummy. Afterwards, I did cocaine in the toilet while my girlfriend texted her mum. I came out the toilet, I did a roll
Allegedly.
on the floor because I was so excited about the ice cream. She said, behave yourself, Todd. I said, why should I? I'm rich. We went home and I wanked on the sofa while she cried upstairs. Another $200,000 from Uber Eats next week while I have the loveliest time of my life. Enjoy your chips, you cunts. Tune in next week. He doesn't care.
Come with me as I get coated in beef tallow by an Albanian immigrant who doesn't have access to live in the UK. I'm treated like the king seal. And then I'm rolled into the street where people give me grapes and figs.
Deliveroo have set up a business model where someone like me can travel the country living like Henry VIII. Whilst poor migrant workers who don't have correct visas have to drive food to you for less than 50p an hour so that you don't have to cook at night, whilst I get to roll around eating lovely burgers. Just look at the crust on this smash burger. Make sure you tip Radu at least £1, otherwise he won't be able to feed his children in Romania, whilst I go and build another extension on my parents' 5-bed. Stay tuned till next week.
Join me as I shoot some Moroccan children with a crossbow.
But okay, my thing with this, he's gone nuts. He's gone crazy.
It's gone mental.
It's gone like
it's like when a Roman emperor has got syphilis from having sex with too many prostitutes, and he's just gone berserk, and he keeps making more and more exorbitant demands, and the courtiers around him. All right,
who are us? Who are us? By the way? We are the courtiers. We keep watching. He keeps getting views. He keeps getting a million views on his content. He keeps being able to negotiate higher and higher brand deals with the people
Singapore
that he's advertising
Airlines.
on behalf. Yeah, and he keeps getting to make more of it. Right? It's on us. It's not. We're paying him every time we
ratcheting
watch.
it up.
Every time we do a Todd revisit, we ratchet it up further.
We're the reason that Bevo's got his cock out, and we're the reason that Todd is on a business class flight to Singapore.
Yes. Now, my thing with him, I always think with people who have got, I guess, exorbitant levels of excess and privilege, someone's always going to have that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If it wasn't eating with Todd, it'd be eating with Humphrey.
Yeah.
There'd be another little fucking...
Yeah. There'd be some other bloke that was like, hey,
egg-shaped man.
Good job in the city and liked cheesy chips that would be on the Singapore Airlines.
I feel like that is the kind of UK economy at the moment. There are kids who went to private schools who got given a Sony camera for their 19th birthday who've become food vloggers, beer raters, whatever the fuck it is.
And excess is the point. They're not apologetic about their excess in the age of austerity and post-austerity. And nor do they should. I think it's tone deaf and insensitive, I think, to kind of be this celebratory of excess. Like, he went to Amsterdam the other day. He literally, he was either wasting a load of food or he ate about 40,000 calories in one
I
day.
think he eats it. I do think he eats it. I think he eats it.
I suspect
that's not a comment on his weight or anything.
No, he's a man of voracious appetites.
And here's my point. I love that he eats it. I love that he's like, in a lot of them he's drunk. Like, as I say, he's drunk at Clarkson's. I guess my whole thing with this, if you're going to have that level of excess and privilege, the least I want you to do is to fucking enjoy it. That's my thing with this. Is like, it's when I see someone who's got who went to Eton, who's got incredibly rich parents, who's never going to have to pay rent for a day in their life, who can do whatever the fuck they want. What I don't want to see is misery.
Yes.
And being apologetic.
I think you're right. Like, it is crass. And it is stupid.
But someone's going to be crass and stupid, and the very least I want is for you to enjoy it.
I don't want you to be a kind of apologetic fake left-wing posho.
Nope.
If you're a posho, just stick to your guns, all right?
Stick to your guns.
And it is fucking shit, and it shouldn't be like that. But
it is like that, and it's not his fault it's like that.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't him, it'd be someone else, and I like that he enjoys it. If I was in his situation, I would be as unbearable, as tasteless, and as big, I will say. I
think just smash cut to 5 years' time, we are chained up. We are chained up in the court of King Todd, and he's there on his on a huge iron throne with all of the swords of the people that he killed.
Bring forward, Jacob. Bring my jesters. Bring your jackets. More beef tallow.
Someone just sliding another smash burger.
Smash burger.
Swallows it whole.
Look at the crust on that.
It's like when someone feeds a dolphin a fish.
That is deep with umami flavors.
Get them to do another revisit.
Tell me about your concern levels for Bevo, young boys. Derobe them and coat them in more tallow.
Show me Bevo's cock again.
Get the original sauce coconut out. Drench them in it, drench them, bring wood and oil.
Make them run around the woods again. What's your next clip? He does, right, he's eating all of it.
Look, we're going to be nice to this guy, right? We're going to be nice to him.
I am. Right, he's enjoying it. He's eating all of it. Go to the bottom one, please. Can we skip ahead and go to the bottom one?
To the schooner?
Yes, please. Right, here's one that he's done.
The next one is end of days shit. It's the fish one.
Yeah, we'll get to the fish one in a bit. I just want to say, to your point of going, he went to Amsterdam, he ate 4,000 calories worth of food.
4,000 calories an hour?
I'm telling you, he's eating it. I am telling you, he's eating it. And Schooner Scorer, by the way, I mean, there's been some nasty things accused of the Schooner Scorer in our Patreon group chat.
On Reddit. They were posting pictures from Reddit. They weren't accusing him of it himself.
Get in the group chat is all I'll say.
Yeah. If you want to find out.
But like, okay, here's a crossover between Schooner Scorer and Todd.
Yes.
It's an event in
The
London.
Axis of Evil.
Is this a Todd's event or is
Todd's
this
barbecue event in
right?
Peckham.
So we often talk about how comedy content creators, the scourge of the fucking earth, no circle of hell hot enough for those cunts, but comedy content creators often try and do stand-up because they say to themselves, right, I've got 1 million followers, how do I convert that into money the easiest way? Obviously brand deals will come and go, but if I can start selling 1,000 tickets a night at 20 quid a ticket, that's the easiest way to make money out of this. Todd's equivalent in the food game is to go, right, people follow me because they like watching me eat.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a food festival.
Yeah.
He created the Fume Food Festival. He had loads
Fume
of
is
content
very
creators
funny.
went, yeah.
Oh,
Fume.
fucking hell, Todd. What's that fume? That's fucking
It's a
disgusting.
fume in a bloody barbecue, isn't it? But let's watch Todd and Schooner at his event, and there's something I'm going to pick out here.
Oh man, she stood me up.
Hey, you can't take a date to come eat.
Schooner Scorer here, 60-second snippet, scoring a schooner. We're here at Fume Festival
Fucking
in Peckham
sod.
Archers. This place is going on for the
camera
next 4
going.
days.
Look at
Here
him.
with Eating with Todd, the main man, the best food account in London. How are you, Todd?
Very good, thanks.
What are you eating there?
Hey, it's the pork belly rib.
Pork belly rib, but what we're scoring is the Birdhouse Lager. 4.2% brewed over in Herne Hill. Very close number. Let's see. One sip from Schooner. Let's see the score.
Schooner's got a lemon-coloured shirt on, open button to his fucking belly button.
Really light, crisp, fresh lager beer. Spoke to the owner that produced it, just taken over from Canapé, and they said that they
Canapé,
wanted
it
that
is.
really
Not
nice
Canapé,
summery
bro,
beer
it's
on a
Canapé.
day like
I've been
today
there
when
before.
The sun is shining.
Canapé.
That was fantastic. How's it go down with the pork belly?
It's not as good as the pork belly, though.
Shoveling
Looks
it in.
Incredible, amazingly succulent. That looks nice. Listen, this one, down it went like it paid no rent. That was gorgeous. I enjoyed it. We'll be having some pork belly with Todd later. So 8.1.
So Schooner is, he's fit as a butcher's dog, Schooner, right? He drinks a lot of beer, but he's looking at the pork belly rib in the way that what's his name in Dodgeball, the lead character in Dodgeball, you know, he like electrocutes himself whilst looking at food, being like, "Oh, I can't fucking taste it." Like Schooner's looking at the rib, being like, "I mustn't."
He's watching Todd eat and he's going, okay, that looks nice. Anyway, let me please just try and think about the beer for now. Right. And when that was made, loads of people sent that to us. It's not the first crossover they did as well. There was another crossover they did at a craft beer thing that Todd and Schooner were invited to, and that video was exactly the same as this of you know, Schooner Scorer scoring a schooner whilst Todd is eating something.
One sip, one Schooner. Let's see the score.
Yeah, and Todd drinks in both of them. I'm surprised Todd manages to drink in either of them. I'm surprised that there's long enough in the video where he doesn't have food in his mouth to take a drink. There's no reason for him to be eating.
No.
Like I guess you might say to yourself, well, he's eating to advertise the food at Fume Festival. He wants Schooner's viewers to. This wasn't released until after the festival. He can't sell tickets. There's no reason to be eating in the video. There's no reason for him to be eating in the craft beer festival.
Other than he fucking loves pork belly.
Other than he fucking loves pork belly. And do you know what? He's being given free pork belly every hour of the day. And guess what? He's fucking eating it.
Imagine if they only paid him in food.
I don't think he'd care. He loves it. He fucking loves it. He's having the time of his life. I'm going to ask you to put up a picture in the post edit of this now, because I'm going to point you to something, which is this. It like someone tried to mug him off. And he's getting negative comments. Like as you like in the same way you were a little bit rattled earlier. Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah. Because people are like, "What the fuck is this?" I thought you were going to recommend where to get the best cheesy chips. You're living like Henry VIII. You're rolling around the world, being fed from a silver spoon, whilst just about managing to speak because you've got your food.
You're having to have your stomach pumped every second hour so you can go to the next salt beef bagel place. Yeah.
So someone gave him some shit on one of them. Someone went, "How do you manage to eat so much food?" He just replied saying, "I'm fat." Yeah, well, yeah.
I rate that. I do rate that. I'm
I
not
rate
here.
it so highly.
I'm not here to say, like, I do worry about people's health in the Instagram game in terms of, like, I worry about Bevo's sexual health.
Yep.
I worry about Todd's health in that when he was just reviewing cheesy chips at the weekend and like kind of I think he had quite a good like professional job. He wasn't eating this stuff every day, I would imagine. Or maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe he was fine. He was ferreting out the best sandwich places near his work to get stuff down in. But I do worry that in being forced to be constantly Todd, he is eating more than he otherwise would be.
I don't know any other content creator who I believe struggles less with being Todd on a full-time basis. Does that make sense?
Oh my God, it's another bell.
It's
another bell.
But I hope that sentence makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I think there are some...
Todd is wholly and uniquely himself.
You know, yeah, and I think he's enjoying it.
He's loving it.
You know, what's John the Food Don?
Yes.
That guy, John the Food Don, we did an episode about him a long time ago, but he's this guy called Jonathan Crouch who walks around London, mainly reviewing chicken shops, and it all kind of rhymes, the review, doesn't it? My name's John the Food Don. I'm here to review this boss man's chicken shop. And when I walked in, I was thinking, yeah, this looks leng. Blah, blah, blah. Right, and I imagine there's days when he wakes up and he's like, oh my God, not another fucking chicken shop. I can't.
I just want to be Jonathan today.
Jonathan Crouch today. Todd doesn't give a fuck.
Todd's Todd.
Todd loves being Todd. Every single day that he gets to be Todd, he's grateful to be Todd. This Fume Festival, yeah, he tottered around. He may as well have had the pork belly going into him via drip. He did not stop eating barbecued food the entire time. I suspect the way it looks is him sort of like tottering through this car park in Peckham. Right? Barely able to stand, giggling as he
like
goes.
A syphilitic Roman emperor, yeah.
Ooh, lovely brisket.
Fuck, here he comes. Everyone, don't look him in the eye.
Well, it's not done it. He'll take 3 steps and then Schooner Score will go, get in here, Todd, we need to do Schooner Score here, 60 seconds, Schooner. I'm here with the big man, Todd, how you getting on, Todd? Barely. And then, right, done. And then he'll bump into John the Food Don and go, my name's John the Food Don and I'm here. Like, I literally think it was that. It was him just like staggering down a gauntlet, trying to fill his face with more food.
Like a movie premiere.
Whilst content creators just pull him in, do more content. And he could have gone, right, make sure the T-shirt is clean, make sure nothing in my teeth, right, okay, ready to do a video. He went, fuck it, I don't care.
Doesn't give a shit.
I'm the Don. I'm Todd the Food. Todd the Food Dodd. I don't know what to call it. But I mean, again, insight into my summer. I was glued to it when he did his Fume Festival. I was watching all of it. Late that night, he did a DJ set.
Did he actually?
He jumped on the decks.
He's drunk with power.
I mean, he's more than drunk. I think he's having a really good time.
Yeah.
Like you say, is it that he just has to get as much content out as possible and he's got to do cheesy chips tomorrow, then he's got to do a fucking steak brisket
he's
that
living his
night?
best
Oh
life.
my God, I've got to do KFC the morning after. God, when can I just have a glass of water and lie down? He doesn't want a glass of water and lie down.
No.
I watch his stories as well,
more.
not just the post. There's a story, I can't get it because it was a story, so it's disappeared. There was a story he put up where, the Devonshire. So he wasn't at the Devonshire. He was with the owner. Have you seen the owner of the Devonshire?
Yeah, he looks like a kind of Irish sex pervert.
Yeah, he's like this kind of... you get
Walks around in a velvet jacket.
That's it, but it looks dirty.
Yeah,
Like it definitely stinks
like
of
a posh
smoke.
tramp.
Yeah, it's like you get those
It's
kind
like he's
of
got a half-eaten pack of nuts in his inside pocket.
It. You get and I think it's very much...
trouble you for a marmalade.
Yeah. These kind of like millionaire Wurzel gummages who stagger around somehow owning pubs, absolutely stinking, haven't seen their children in
Cares
years.
more about the cleanliness of the Guinness lines than he does his own armpits.
That's it. So Todd and that guy, there was one where they went out to dinner and it was one of those like French restaurants where they'll prepare the dessert at the table, or like Italian restaurants do that sometimes. Have you seen that where they'll prepare the tiramisu at the table?
They'll flambe something.
That's right. It was something like that, and he's there. With the owner of the Devonshire. He's with the owner of the Devonshire.
Yeah, they've come to pay their respect to King Todd, to kiss the ring.
Well, but it's not like I don't, if I'm in that game, like it's the equivalent of me going to dinner with like the head of Channel 4.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
one post has the ability to sell out your restaurant for many weeks.
But similarly, if you're Todd, you want that guy to want your posts because he can keep like the money they must be fucking pulling in at the Devonshire.
Them and Top Drawer are two.
Yeah, right.
Ones,
but you want to impress those guys. I'm. And you can allegedly this. I'm telling you now, he's on mushrooms in that video. Todd.
Allegedly.
Todd, right?
Yeah. You think from looking at it, allegedly, we have no proof whatsoever.
He's sat there with the owner of the Devonshire. There's some poor fucking maitre d' preparing a tiramisu. Todd's just pissing himself. He just sat there like, turns the camera on, words will come to you. Can I still roll up off you? Yummy.
But the thing is, he's like,
imagine doing a line with Todd and he's in the toilet queue.
that is an absolutely bang up bit of whistle.
Let's go and talk about the assisted dying bill.
He's like one bit away, I think, from like being at dinner with one of those guys that kind of like needs his endorsement. He's getting so powerful. He at one of those things, he's going to be like, "Why don't you and your friend kiss?" They're going to be like, "What?" He's going to be like, "I want to see you kiss. You want to post, don't you, about how yummy and scrummy your steak is? Well, then just kiss each other for my enjoyment."
I want you to touch my willy now. What?
What? Oh, I meant I want another bit of pork belly now.
I was asking if you've got macaroons out the back. What else have we got? What else do we need to roll
maybe
through?
the one we can finish on is I think this speaks to the decadent, mad approach that he's.
This is the most nuts thing we've got in the armory.
This is
this is as far as it can go, right? This is like, you know, beyond Todd being like, today I'm eating a human that was captured in the fields.
One of the Moroccan children that I crossbowed earlier at the range that is open only to billionaires.
I went to an island formerly known by a pervert.
I went to Little St. James Island with one Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, who is still alive and well.
I've joined the Illuminati. I'm not the patron tier, and they took me to a place called Bruce Group. They go to Bohemia Grove. And on the way in, they asked me which child I would like, and I fucking hell.
Right, this is him.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
This is him at an exclusive event for elite people.
This is without a doubt the craziest dining experience I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, please.
I just had a thought. Where there's like 6 or 7 Southeast Asian people hauling like the back of a shark.
Yes.
I just thought, imagine it was all for him.
Yeah. These people attend to my every women need. So he's at an event. He's at this dining club thing where somewhere in Notting Hill they buy a whole bluefin tuna.
And
which is like about a 50 grand fish, I think. It's like a really, really expensive fish. It's like the size of... They've had to get it out of a van, right?
in the middle of the night.
It's like the Hatton Garden heist with this fucking tuna. So they've had to get it out of this van, and you get, as part of the experience, you get to like run alongside the trolley that it's on, like a fucking butcher's dog.
I don't know how fast he was running.
Trot
Slow
along.
down a little bit. I've had cheesy chips.
and so, yeah, and this is Todd... but they're about to start the dining experience in this restaurant, in this grocery store in Notting Hill.
Store in Notting Hill transforms at night into a tuna fight club. Every Saturday evening, these guys fly in a 300-kilo Atlantic bluefin tuna from Spain. It literally comes straight from Heathrow to the grocery store, and the team.
It's a lot of pageantry. It's a lot of insanity. They're wheeling it straight in.
They closed the road to do it.
Sword and butchers the whole £13,000 tuna for everyone to see. It's like going to a movie. Then once it's chopped in half, you're able to get a spoon and try the tuna raw for yourself.
So you're just spooning this tuna out of his guts in front of everyone.
And when you combine it with a seaweed wrap and the soy sauce, it just takes it to a whole new dimension. This experience costs £195. You have to pre-book your tickets online. They create a tasting menu with the tuna and loads of other fresh seafood. You try the tuna fresh and 9 days dry aged. Then you get to try it with a load of grated black truffle.
The intensity with which they're doing this fishing is unbelievable.
Just look at the marbling. They sear the fat with a
manic
blowtorch,
energy,
then
shall we
pop
say?
it in of N25 caviar. How does this be beaten?
My God, look at that for a bite of food.
This bite of sushi right here was the best bite of sushi I've ever had. Mia's face says it all. If you can't take debate, enjoy.
He stood next to the carcass of a dead bluefin tuna. This is like something that Greg and Tom would end up doing on Succession.
Yeah.
This is like halfway, like 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. Greg and Tom would be sat there.
It's a scene out of The Wolf of Wall Street.
It is. It's fucking insane.
At the height of my drug days, I found myself in a fucking convenience store in West London. They were flying in tuna for us. We were scooping out its fucking innards, feeding each other with spoons.
Scooping it out, literally scooping out his innards with spoons whilst his wife films him.
You know what I said? I'm not fucking eating that till you put some caviar on it.
It's insane. And like, this is real asteroid stuff, man. This is fucking asteroid stuff.
Mate, I don't know. I love it. I'm sorry. Of course it's tasteless. Of course it's awful. And you know, we can make the comparison to visiting Epstein's Island. And honestly,
as a joke, allegedly, not even allegedly, it's just a complete joke. All of that stuff, he doesn't actually get coated in beef tallow and rolled through the streets of London. That was a joke. If you take offence to that, get fucked.
Talking about pieces, by the way, what's her name? Ghislaine
Maxwell. Yeah?
Anyway. We're not going to reel out, man.
We're not going to reel that bit.
She's a good-looking lady. Yeah, it's excessive. It's disgusting, and there's parts of it that you go, "Wow, how have we gone from cheesy chips to this?" I don't know. I kind of want him to.
I guess what
I'm not going to see that. I didn't know that happened. I didn't know convenience stores. What a way of describing that shop, by the way.
Yeah, grocery
I didn't know
store.
they could look like that. Like I don't know.
The grocery store on my road in Camberwell is a bloke selling like 2-year-old tins of Grolsch.
Yeah,
imagine wheeling a fucking 200-pound Atlantic fin tuna in there.
Do you mind going and getting some bread and eggs? Yeah, fine. Oh god, it took ages. They
I can't.
were wheeling in the tuna again.
Todd's there. It's like I think you're right actually to make the distinction between like what he does is crass and tasteless and embarrassing.
Sure.
But the gleeful, unapologetic manner, I think if you're gonna be a bastard, be a fucking gleeful bastard.
If you're gonna,
yeah,
and if you're gonna, but then also like we sit here, right, and you know we should mention the fact that we've recently and frequently spoken to one of Todd's friends in the content game, El Burrito Monster.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how much he wants to say about that, but go on.
No, but what the comparison? I was just going to say that he's obviously made content with Todd in the past, and he listens, and he's you know, like
he stayed pretty true to himself, I think. Ollie
went from I got my wrap, my cheese, my chicken. I put some rice inside it now. Yeah. I put some guac inside and I taste it. Looks nice. I think I was scram. And then he went mad. He did 2 raps at one point.
He did, yeah.
Do you know what he's doing now?
What?
He makes a gyoza. Yeah. Yeah. Then he makes 5 more gyozas. Then he puts it in a blender, blends it with water to make some gyoza paper out of previously made gyozas. Yeah. He makes that into 200 gyozas. then what he does is he makes that gyoza, then makes some mini gyozas to stick onto the bigger. He's gone mental as well. And we sit here going, very inventive, Ollie. Nice one, mate. God, who'd have thought of that? Who'd have thought of this?
Yeah, but he's always made novelty food, and he's making increasingly mad novelty food. Todd used to eat chips, and now he's shooting people at live human shooting ranges and eating the innards of the tuna.
Listen, I'm going to be watching whatever. Like I watch.
Yes.
Like I can't criticise because the reason he keeps going more and more mad is he keeps getting views.
Yes,
and guess who it is? Me, electro bonged, laying on my sofa. And when I'm laying there, right, and I've got this lined up, and then I'm going to watch someone catch a paedophile in a Morrison's car park, and then later on I'll watch someone get chased by a crocodile. Yeah. Do I want to watch him eating cheesy chips again, or do I want to see what actually happened in Notting Hill quote unquote convenience stores at 11:30 p.m. at night? Show me the tuna.
Do you want to watch Todd the Defiler feast on the innards of his enemies?
There you go. Like, true crime is a thing, yeah? The Epstein documentary, do you know what happened? Loads of people watched it. Yeah? Do we like that Epstein Island existed?
No, we don't.
No. And do we tune in to watch a documentary that details every little fucking bit of it?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
We do, yeah.
There is something wrong with the human brain where if you tell me that there's horrendous success in this world and horrendous division and some people have more than others and the people that have more than the people that don't have very much, guess what? They fucking love it. They enjoy it. And they build on that excess and they have tools of meaning they can monopolise things so they get even more and even more excess. And they get to a point where they're not just millionaires, they're billionaires. What do? Then? Do they start looking after everyone else? No, they don't. They don't dip into philanthropy. They dip into more and more tax havens to make sure no one else can get it, and they fucking enjoy every little bit of it. Yeah. And do you know what happens? I watch them. This is the thing. We might sit here and think, God, wouldn't it be nice if the world was fairer? Wouldn't it be nice if there was equality? And rather than you being able to have billionaire tuna at 2 a.m. in Notting Hill and me having a fucking Tesco meal deal, wouldn't it be nice if we all just have a 50 quid dinner?
Yeah.
But we can't.
We can't.
And if he's going to film himself going to the end of the world for the most excessive things ever, I'm tuning in, brother.
Yeah. We're all tuning in until the asteroid comes and destroys the entire Earth, which can't come soon enough. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks so much for listening.
From us to you. And if you've enjoyed this, we hope you sign up to the Patreon so we can see more of you in the new year. Hopefully see you at the Rotties. God bless everyone. Have a great Christmas time. See you soon.